In the heart of Parramatta, where dreams are born and battles are won, there exists a brotherhood united by a single passion. They come from different walks of life, but when they step onto the sacred JS White Oval, their differences fade away. For them, rugby is more than just a game. It is a battlefield where character is tested and legends are forged. Their passion radiates through every bone and artery, igniting the fire that burns deep within their souls. As the sun set on their final season, their legacy was etched in the cobblestone of schoolboy rugby history. This is the story of a schoolboy rugby team like no other, whose battles on the field are paralleled by their ascent up the world's highest peak. Welcome to the summit of the soul.
I think other teams, they always viewed this year group as very strong, and the predictions were that we would be one of the top teams in the competition this year.
Go Leggy! Go Leggy!
So obviously individually, like on the back of the trials of playing Eastwood Riverview, I was pretty confident.
Yeah, the trial game period was really important for us, just to be really simple, and I think we did really well in the fact that we got the wins, but also built confidence for us heading into round one.
We'd come off a pretty good win in our trial game against Scots, I believe, and that I think gave a lot of the boys the confidence, gave the coaches confidence, and then we also had a pretty good week of training. So I personally was feeling good, and I think as the team as well, we all felt pretty good.
Just like every other team, when you do trials, it gets a bit difficult because like the players around you are very new to you. But when you trust the brothers around you, going into those trial games, you are very confident and everything goes well.
On your phone. Put on the try on 3. Put on the try on 3! 1, 2, 3, put on the phone!
I think we knew as a team we were special, we had a special team. We'd come through all the age groups very successfully as well. So I think coming into the season, we were also well coached and we were ready to put on a performance against Shaw, which we did.
First game against Shaw was obviously the biggest score we'd put on. We leaked a few points, which was quite disappointing.
We came off the field happy that we'd won, but knowing there was a long road ahead of us, and it did give us confidence, but it also gave us an understanding of what we could achieve throughout this season. It's definitely been a good driving point for us.
I think in patches against Shaw we showed moments of good execution, but this entire season we haven't really put together a full 70-minute performance. But it definitely showed us what we're capable of.
But I thought overall our performance was quite solid, and it was something that we were able to build on for the weeks after that.
Fullback, but I've also played 12 and 10 this year and 13. It just means a lot. It's a great opportunity for me to play rugby with some of the boys I've grown up with, especially since I was about 10 years old. Do the school proud and make the most of the opportunity. I think coming through the age groups all pretty. That's it. Not playing this weekend. A lot of schools would have known coming through the age groups were a pretty strong group. A lot of depth throughout the team and pretty close, tight-knit squad. So, you know, I think they would have expected us to be pretty solid, but that just means we had a standard that we had to live up to. During our rugby camp, we had Will Penasini come into us and speak to us about our preparation, how you get your confidence from your preparation. I think that's something all the boys have taken on board. You know, with our training standards, looking after our bodies so we can make the most of these last games.
If you lost your mind, this is what it sounds like. Hands off the grips on a tin can motorbike. Shit, 9,000 RPMs. I'm riding like a pink dolphin swimming. Nah, like kinda feels like a rerun, and it shouldn't even be fun. But I'm loving all the freedom. I guess I'm just a heathen with a little more rhyme and a lot less reason. Tell me what's the juice worth squeezing? I'm a whole lot to live up to. Every day something like a kangaroo.
I can sing it. I can feel it. I can sing it. I can feel it. So afraid that I will lose my mind.
Like I was saying, I've been playing with these boys since I'm really young. A lot of them for school and for clubs, so they get to know each other's strengths and abilities, and I guess it's just you get a lot of confidence out of backing each other.
Scott's round 4 was probably our best performance as a team in the first round. That was quite a big score as well, but we sort of didn't take our foot off the pedal, which was good. We spoke about the first 3 rounds. We sort of had a dip in our second half. I felt like that round 4 performance, we sort of cleaned it up, which was really positive for us as a squad.
Yeah, for sure. That was probably the most complete game we'd had at the time. We obviously put a lot of points on Scots, which is always good. And we all had our moments as individuals, but also together as a team, we really put a good performance out there where we stuck to the structure we'd spoken about during the week.
Well, it's actually kind of funny that Friday the week before, you know, the forwards and backs each had dinners together in Parramatta. So I think, you know, we were very bonded that week. Everyone was on the same page. And then, yeah, it still wasn't a good 70-minute performance, but with everyone firing together at the same time, that really showed us our potential.
Feeling brave, got it true. Could not say if I would choose. So chaos in the ground. Then when the climate comes again, and barrel back and I will 10 and give it all miles away. It's alone at the wildest day ever taken home. Settle with regard, all that is called upon. And now to the lake where at last we go. I was not late, I was there below. Oh, they did wait at the fork at the road with the trail showed.
Chance to counter. Here's Dannyforth. Out to Gavin. Gavin to Moore. Inside pass. Beautiful. Dannyforth away. Across the
Emotions are pretty high, I think, especially some of us boys who played in the grand final the year before at Joey's and we lost. So I think a massive thing for us was to go out there with confidence that we've already had a hard game.
Hilgendorf. Pass out to Batcher. Batcher's quick. Can he get inside? Batcher's over. Goes out. Gavin. Moore. Who had numbers. Now O'Connor. Try.
I think the only thing that was sort of going through my mind was the fact that we only got, a couple year 12 and year 11 boys there for the crowd compared to Joey's having, their whole school. So that was sort of the only thing going through my head. But other than that, I was able to flush it out.
Now a dap by to Hilgendorf. Now the pass out to Batcher. Batcher for the corner. And he'll score. What a great contest here at Hunters Hill. A sly short side has Edwards. Intercept. Batcher for the corner.
I was feeling pretty good, I think, with the boys. Like, preparation came with the confidence and stuff. Seeing all the boys around, it gave me confidence coming into the game.
Leading up to it, obviously it was a Thursday game, but playing at Joey's is something that we as a squad have spoken about since the start of the season. It's sort of since year 7. So going out against Joey's, Dad was a Joey's old boy, so he was sort of chatting to me in the week prior and sort of said, like, this is something that you'll remember forever. We spoke in the change room beforehand that we'd go out with a smile on our faces through the tunnel and sort of soak it all in, and just enjoy the moment playing at Joey's at their home turf.
From the start of year 7, we've always had a rivalry with Joey's, always been close. And up until this year, I hadn't won on the Joey's main. Year 10, they put 50 on us. Year 11, they got us by 7 points, which was pretty heartbreaking because we gave it our all and just came up short.
Probably one of my favourite memories of playing footy is walking out that tunnel at Joey's, and winning at Joey's is a whole different challenge in itself. And so to be able to come away with the win there is it's amazing.
Well, before that game, I'd never won on Joey's as main field, so I don't really fear any other schools, but definitely at Joey's you do feel a presence at that ground. So for me, my thinking was, I didn't want to come back to that ground 20 and 30 years later knowing that I'd never won there.
To be honest, I haven't had much success at Joey's in the younger ages in the previous years being in the Opens, but I kind of had a mentality that I wanted to prove them all wrong and go out there and give it our best crack. We had Andrew Barracat come and speak to the boys about being ruthless that game. I think we lived up to that.
I was feeling pretty good. I was thinking, like, if this was a normal season, we would have won it by now. But obviously, there's another 5 games to go. I felt pretty good. I think because we didn't have as many trial games. Felt a lot better.
Feeling pretty good with the results we were getting and knowing we had a big 5 games to go to hopefully, well, eventually take out the comp.
Well, sure, being on the other end of the holidays meant that we were all still a bit beaten and bashed coming into the holidays, and then everyone had their various rep team selections and holiday activities that they did, but everyone in the team really knew that it was important for us to recover well, and being a 10-round season, every game is a grand final and everyone was going to have a target on our backs, knowing that if they knocked us off it gave them a chance at the premiership. So I think for us it's definitely been a big thing, making sure that we stay on top of recovery, stay on top of our training and being serious about what we're doing.
What you're holding on to, just let it all go. What's making you slow now, just let it all go. What you got to do, yeah, just let it all go. What you holding back now, oh, just let it all go. What you holding on to, please let it all go. What's making you slow, just let it all go. What you got to do, yeah, just let it all go. Hold your back now, please just let it all go. Just let it all. Now where you at now? Whoa, whoa, yeah. Say, let it all go, let it all go. Let it all go, let it all go. Let it all go, let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go, let it all go. Let it all go, let it all go. Let it all go, let it all go. Let it all go.
First one out means that you've been chosen to lead the team, to lead the school that weekend. And when I go out, I just think about my role as captain of the team and what I have to do to help the other players out in the team. And when I go out, it's all a bit of a buzz. Just hear all the boys cheering for you. And when you're in the tunnel, it just hypes you up. You just get motivated that much extra because you know that you're not playing for yourself, you're not playing for the team, but you're playing for the school and its community. And the amount of support that you get from these boys is just amazing.
Hayden, Hilgendorf, pass out to Batchade, Batch is over!
We go out and we do it for them. Okay, they're our coaches, boys. Think of the commitment they put into us. Let's give something back to them.
Backs getting depth, right? Everything we spoke about, we didn't do one thing.
Yeah, obviously we've got 2 awesome coaches with a lot of experience.
Yeah, Jimmy and Huey definitely make our games on the weekend a lot easier because of the structure they bring to us at training.
Instead of taking that 50-50 chance that we might get the ball, running through, then they get the ball and they just run 30-40 metres with possession. Let's just think hard on that. I don't know how many times that happened today. Those 50-50 balls, the way you swing things in your favour, you slow your feet, you let him come to ground, you ice him, get him to ground, and you take the space. Right? You spoke about 50-50 calls. To me, that is just selfish. Putting yourself before others, trying to be the hero and do things, rather than doing the smart thing, what's best for the team. That's definitely true. Right? You're good enough that you keep winning. I get it. Right, we get it, we're happy we're winning. Right. I'll tell you what, there's going to come a time when the team's going to stick it to you. Individualism
First off, it's reflected in the depth of the squad we have this year. You know, the personal development that we get from those guys is immense. And yeah, just the fact that with a 10-round competition, our preparation is essential, and that's what's going to get us through the finish line. So I think every week, you know, being exposed to professional level coaching has helped us to get to this point.
Rather than doing team first mentality. Right. Win to win, Parky said it, great win to win. It doesn't feel like a win. Right, I think everyone's going to have a good look over this break. Right, how we want to finish the year. As we keep going with the spiral we're on, I'll tell you what, we're not going to be, it's going to be 4 tough games when we get back.
We've got all the potential in the world to go 10-0, and I really don't want to finish this season not doing that. I think we're going to let ourselves down if we don't go 10-0.
Well, it's always tough with 10-round season. You know, every game's a grand final, and so it takes a big mental toll. But I think before, just confidence in preparation, you know, always leads to the best outcome on the weekend.
Yeah, so we're obviously training 3 hours a week, and then we've got 2 gym sessions in the morning. Sort of the focus going into Tuesdays is just recovering and reviewing the game from the previous week. And then, yeah, Wednesdays is sort of more a D focus, and then Thursday we get together as a team and prepare for the week ahead.
Well, we have 2 gym sessions, Tuesday, Thursday mornings, and then we have field sessions Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Especially towards the back end of the season, it's been extremely important for us to make sure we're on top of our recovery, particularly after the field sessions.
What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to?
Newington round 7 was a testament to the depth that we have in the squad. Louis Fenwick coming up as Boston was out was definitely just, he slipped into the role really, really well, had an amazing game.
After round 6 we had a break, and leading into camp we decided to have a trial just to get us ready for round 7, and unfortunately during that trial I broke my collarbone, which led me to not play the rest of the season.
So this year we're blessed with depth, and I think it's always next man up, next job. You know, you got to put it behind you. What's happened is what's happened, and so, you know, we're lucky to just be able to call upon the next man, and he's going to do the job that we need him to do.
Well, I think the thing everyone can agree on is that we had a lot of depth, and I think we can attribute a lot of our success to that this year. Now, the reality of it is we've got guys in the 2s who would be 1s players in a lot of other schools. So just that competitiveness every week in and week out of training with guys pushing each other for different spots.
And then obviously Luke Maroon getting injured at camp, had Adesh, who played first 15 last year, stepping into his role. And so we definitely still were at a very, very high level of footy with those 2 boys stepping in. So it's just a testament to the amazing program we have and the just depth we have in our squad through 1s, 2s and 3s this year.
Yeah.
Static selector.
Time waits for no man. Life is but a 2-step slow jam. Dancing with the devil, trying not to lose my balance. But God bless the kid with many talents, he was chosen. That's why you see him living in the moment. Every second gotta own it, cause you never know when could be your last. Time breathing, now you breathing from the gun blast. Then you thinking about the past, see your whole life in the flash. Best friends love in your casket, now your son a bastard. Pressure on the shoulders make them gotta grow faster. Where I'm from, the stories never end with no happily ever afters. Just broken families forced to start new chapters. A natural disaster, the cycle in the loop, and we caught up in a rapture. Not to mention all the other factors. Government agendas against rappers. They wanna see us either dead or captured. So I hold my head high till they put me below. Best know till the day I die, I'ma keep my heat close. This is for my who took a day to relax. Hugging the block, but the block ain't hug 'em back. So we hold our head high till they put us below. Best know till the day we die, we gon' keep this heat close. This is for my who took a day to relax. Hugging the block, but the block ain't hug us back. Took a trip to Miami that March. Couple weeks right before my daughter got born. To meet up with this kid by the name of X. Had to go to him cause he was on house arrest. Nonetheless, our first time meeting, we was always on the FaceTime. He offered me his place to stay, thank you, but I declined. First impression in my mind, now that's a stand up. Someone I could call a friend of mine, and that's tough. I could talk about any type of stuff with him. Never gave a about who didn't with him. See, that's my I had to keep it the buck with him. When he played me his album, I told him what he was missing. A lot of
outside noise will always be there, and there's always keyboard warriors that have a lot to talk about us. But yeah, 7-0, we're not arrogant in ourselves, but we're confident that we can get the job done. Obviously, people like to call it a grand final this week, but going to Riverview, we just want to enjoy the moment. And yeah, it's just one of 3 games that we want to win and finish undefeated.
We know that we have to go into this week not expecting to win, but expecting to have the fight brought to us, especially at their home ground.
I'm pretty excited. I'm playing on my birthday, for the premiership, so I can't wait. Missed last week, so I'm pretty excited.
Well, for me, I'm very excited. It's going to be a battle, it's going to be a fight, but you don't get many opportunities like this with a lot of pressure on you. So for us, it's all about our preparation this week and just enjoying the pressure, enjoying the moment and rising up to the occasion.
South of the river, face it alone in the heart of the winter, and this will celebrate, this will settle, there in understanding, this is a mistake, down the earth below, down the earth below, damp and clawing, bursting into tune. In a moment I was caught from a corridor, safe in the limit of a I wanna go south of the river, glacier slow. In the heart of the winter, I wanna go south of the river, face it alone. In the heart of the winter, I ignited at the love cry. You became as glorious or unlocked as the forest they had started living in. Ever since the fight was reaching out and we had sided shit as banks and disappeared. Someone hears a loud, somewhere underneath. Caught between the real, mirroring the beat. south of the river, face it alone in the heart of the winter.
Happy birthday, Boston! I wouldn't have wanted to do it with a better bunch of boys. That's how James come too. First 15 premiership boys. Let's go.
I guess we sort of knew that we hadn't been in that situation before, down 7 points at half time. And it's always been said that we haven't been able to put second half performance together, and I guess it was just, it came down to wanting it and who wanted it more, and we knew that premiership was just, it meant everything to us. And yeah, being down 7 points and sort of backs against the walls, we just had to go out there and give it everything. And I'm really proud of all the boys for the efforts that we put in. To score 32 points in the end was absolutely massive. And it came down to who wanted it more, and at the end of the day we came away with the win. So
I had a bit of relief knowing that we finally done it, but then also knowing that we still need 3 more wins to make sure we take it out properly.
I mean, it was a little bit unusual kind of winning and wrapping it up with 2 games left, but it was quite rewarding because that's what we've been building towards with this group since year 7, and I feel like that game in particular was where we kind of put together one of our better performances. I think definitely, like, underdogs are very dangerous. You know, Scots this year, at that point in the season, are in a very similar position to where we were last year. You know, with a good year 11 group, haven't won too many games, so they threw everything at us. And yeah, obviously we just secured the premiership, so it was a little hard to find motivation that week, and obviously the result didn't go our way.
We sort of went back to like our old, wouldn't say playing style, but like our old sort of tendencies in the game. We gave away a lot of penalties, just a lot of unnecessary errors, and I think that's what put Scots in the game and sort of took us out, I guess.
Against Scots, that was a tough one. Winning the premiership the week before, obviously the pressure was off us, but I think we had enough ball to win the game, but we just couldn't execute. But I think our defence is what kept us in the game, and without the ball we were quite strong, but it is what it is.
Individually, probably my most important, it's like my last game for Kings, last game on the White. I've got my whole family here, the whole school's watching. It was, definitely my most important game, I felt.
It was like bittersweet. It was fun that it was the last game with like the boys, but that again, like going into next year, like all of them gone and stuff, like yeah, at the back of my mind at the game, it was like always there.
song, I've heard it's all the same. When I hope I'm still alive, of course. When it does hit the sun.
With each game, their resolve was put to the test, their victories becoming milestones. Each try and tackle a step closer to the summit of their souls. Through every setback, they rise, they fall, but they never stop climbing, both in their pursuit for excellence on the field and the pinnacle of Everest. Welcome to the King's School. Rugby is more than just a sport, it's a culture. And here rugby has deep roots that go back decades, a sport that has etched its way into the DNA of the school. The history of rugby here is rich and storied, the legends that will never be forgotten. From the first days of this school, rugby has been a part of the tradition. It's been a way of life, a symbol of resilience, strength and community. The culture of rugby still thrives here, and the team still carries the torch of the tradition, embodying the sky blue and white spirit. For many old boys, some of their greatest moments took place on this sacred pitch. Memories of the game, the team, the victories and the life lessons learned on the field remain with them throughout their lives. These 15 Kingsmen are determined to carry on this legacy with pride and with passion. They know the weight of history they bear and they're ready to take on the challenge. This is Kings.